Hey, welcome back to BCB Live, the safest station in the nation. We're joined today by Russell Jones with Cargo Chief.
Thank you. Yes, Cargo Chief.
Hey, we want to get into Drive Safe Dave a little bit about what Cargo Chief does, but we love the story of the entrepreneur. We love the story of things that you've done and stories with it. You got a story for us?
Let's go back. Let's go back to the beginning.
This is fun. So in '94, I set up a company called Clearbox Communications that pioneered the market for headsets for mobile phones. And we became the category winner, shipping millions of units, but I had a lot of drama. There were days I would get calls from Best Buy saying, where's my load? Where is it? I can't, and they couldn't give it to me. I couldn't get capacity. I had another day, I had 30,000 unit order to Motorola. And I couldn't get a truck. I was willing to pay 3x the normal price for a truck. I couldn't get a truck. So I've started up some other companies, and I said, I still remember the drama I had as a small shipper trying to arrange trucking for my product. So I started Cargo Chief in 2013, and we became one of the very first tech-enabled freight brokerages. The company grew very quickly to tens of millions of dollars in just a few years, and then other brokers said, Cargo Chief, your multi-patented, award-winning technology is better than anything else I can find. Will you please license it? We heard that for the sixth time. We said, you know what? We're going to change our business. So we sold a brokerage division. We didn't want to compete with our future customers. And we developed the most comprehensive database of carrier preferences. We know better than anybody else which trucking carriers go between what cities on what days and how often. And the company has mushroomed from that point on.
You know what? I love that kind of stuff because today, let's face it, we want to post load, we want to get on the phone, old school, and you know why we do it like that, Drive Safe? Because we always have. Right?
I still remember that put the pin on the board at the truck stop with the phone number. That used to be the load board, right? That was the load board, and now it has morphed into something else. It's not just the load board, now it's the technology, making it something better for the user.
Well, it's funny. So a lot of brokers today, they're so frustrated because they have literally a new carrier for every load. It's so inefficient.
Oh, I see it all the time. True story.
Crazy.
True story. Amen. He's preaching the truth.
And it's bad for the broker. It's also frustrating for the carrier. They don't want to deal with yet another broker. So what we've done is develop this platform called C4. It stands for Cargo Chief Carrier Capacity. And what it does is it helps a broker to manage a lane, not a load. If you have one load from Bismarck to Provo and you're going to do it once in your life, go to the load board. You'll get that taken care of. You want to make more money with your business, you want to run your shop properly, have higher level of service, and have greater margins, you want to come to C4 because we help you manage your lanes. We're going to help you, we're going to analyze your information, we're going to help you analyze these are the lanes you're not buying well on, these are the lanes that you need more coverage on. And then what we do is we help our clients get the right carrier for those lanes. We help them establish carrier relationships.
Hold on, I gotta jump in. I've got a load from Dallas to Kansas City, all right?
Yep.
Dallas to Kansas City. How are you gonna help me sell that more profitable? I'm already making $200. Are you gonna introduce new carriers to me?
I'm going to introduce you, I'm going to do a lot of things for you. First, you and your team don't know every lane that your existing carriers want. In our platform, you're going to, either through McLeod, we're an integrated partner, or in our application C4 on the internet, you're going to put in Dallas to Kansas City, and you're going to see which of your carriers are looking for that freight, as well as a whole bunch of new carriers. In our database, we have 576,000 carriers with millions of trucks of capacity, and that data is available for you at the drop of a bucket. Then, Then what we're going to do is we have the most current pricing. We don't delay our pricing like other alternatives that you're probably aware of. Our information is live. So not only will your team, sales as well as carrier reps, be able to see what is the current market rate, Dallas to Kansas City, you'll also see what are other people paying right now, Dallas to Kansas City, anonymized. So you'll not only see the lanes. So for someone who buys freight all day long, a carrier rep that might buy $1 to $3 million a year of freight, now they're empowered to know what is the real market. Super powerful. It helps the brokerage do that. Then on the carrier side, we're going to help you expand your carrier network, so you're going to have more loads with the same carrier. Now you're developing a relationship with your carrier. You're going to have a higher level of service because you're only going to do that with carriers that have good level of service.
Oh, yes.
And because you're buying in volume, it's natural you're going to get a reduction in price. We expect from our clients, we expect them to have a 20x ROI on their fees. So every dollar they spend with Cargo Chief, they're getting $20 back in margin, not revenue, margin.
Can I give you $5 now and you can just give me 100 and then it just advances?
Just 100? That's a way.
I'm just going with the $5 I got in my pocket.
That's good. That's good.
So I do have a question on that. So we're using your software, right?
Right.
It integrates in with McLeod. I have a load going from Dallas. We'll use that Dallas to Kansas City again. How is that carrier finding out that load's available? How does he know that I have a load from
You know
Dallas
what's really
to Kansas
powerful? It's wonderful. There's a lot of buzz about DFM, digital freight matching, right? Everyone wants to do it. They're trying to make their operations more effective, more streamlined. So what we do is you put in Dallas to Kansas City in McLeod, automatically that comes into C4. We identify who your carriers are,
Wow.
and then we send a message out to those carriers saying BCB wants another load from you. Here's the information. Can you handle it? Do you have availability?
Nice.
They then click yes. They either come to our landing page, put in a price, and that comes back to you, or they generate a return email, very common for a carrier to do that. That email is automatically channeled to you, so your team knows about the information within a minute or two.
Wow.
You're starting to get bids back from these carriers. They're your carriers.
So out there to the freight brokerage managers, right? To a VP or to the one that's managing a brokerage today. Here's my question for you right now: is if I have a load that picks up next Tuesday or Wednesday, we know that when humans do it, we wait till Monday or Tuesday because
Right.
I don't want to sell it yet. Are you pushing that out days in advance?
What we've heard from our customers so often is that when you pre-book and you book a load 2 or 4 days out, you're going to have much better margin and you're not scrambling. When you call up a carrier and say, can you pick this load up in the next 2 hours? They go, oh my gosh. This
Yes,
is
we
gonna be
can.
right.
Yes, we
We're
can.
gonna take care of you, baby.
You, my friend.
Yeah, exactly.
On our way.
And before you know it, you're now talking to your boss about why you were upside down on load 1, 2, 3.
Wow.
With the Cargo Chief platform, we help our clients to pre-book more. That helps add to their profitability, for sure. So we're helping our clients build more carrier relationships, build the right carrier relationships with the carriers that want that freight, and we help them organize as a team each project. So you might have that project, Dallas to Kansas City. Oh my God, look at your data. Oh, you're doing that load 12 times a month. This is a project. So now you can have multiple people working on that project, making notes on that lane. So now your
Fascinating.
team is acting like a team. You don't have people hoarding capacity
No,
on
I
little
get it.
yellow
Yeah.
stickies
No,
in their
I
office.
get it.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know?
Right.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
no more stickies. The whole team is acting as together, and they're making notes. Hey, ABC carrier, they'll do that load for 1,600. These guys will do it for 1,200 if you pick up on a Thursday. Brilliant information. Now your whole team is empowered with that information to build greater margins for you and to provide a higher level of service for your clients.
So there's really, at the end of the day, on that brokerage side, there's really nothing greater than making more money, right? That's what we're here to do. So you're telling me if I'm selling a load from Dallas to Chicago and I'm paying $1,400, are you going to tell me that other carriers may be selling it for $1,100?
They might, because you know why? The carrier, they have to get back. They have to reposition that truck. That driver's been on the road for 12 days. He just called up and said, my wife's yelling at me. If I'm not home in 2 days, she's going to leave me.
I've gotten that call. I've gotten that call. Thank
Stay
you.
on the road, maybe. Maybe you need to stay on the road.
Right, you know.
Let her leave you. I don't know that answer.
And that driver says it's less expensive for me to get a new job than to get a new wife.
Yeah.
Right? Right?
Oh, well,
Okay,
yeah,
right? There's
that's
something
true,
to that,
too.
right? It's easy for a truck driver to get a new job in today's market, right?
is.
That's bam.
Hey,
So
what's the best way, Russell, for if somebody has a question, they want to know more about Cargo Chief, what's the best way for them to
a great
look
way.
you up?
Thank you very much. A great way. And again, our pricing is very reasonable, just $149 a seat. Very reasonable. It's going to pay for itself, within a month. Is go to www.cargochief, like the Indian chief.com.
Got it.
You can see demos. You can see a bunch of information. You can book an online demo. Our demos are 30 minutes. Over half the people who see a demo become a client. It happens very quickly. The business is rapidly growing.
And if they want to reach out to you, and your tagline also is your email address, so that you can email him directly. What did you just go ahead and tell us
My
your
email is rjones, like Jones, at cargochief.com.
Perfect.
We're very easy to do business with, and we'd welcome the opportunity to help you guys out.
Exciting information, great stuff, great information you're bringing to us. Here is just another example of what we're doing here at the conference.